81.2% of Americans lived in communities with populations over or from 2,500 to 1,000,000 people. 51% of Americans lived in communities with populations of 2,500 to 1,000,000 people.
Sorry.
Yes. The beginning of the 1920s, New York had the largest population of about 5.6 million people. Chicago had 3 million, and Philadelphia had nearly 2 million. Every day in downtown Chicago, there was an estimated 300,000 workers, 150,000 cars, 20,000 trolleys. Small town migrants had to adapt to the new living style. The streets were filled with strangers rather than friends and neighbors, and everything was fast paced. The 18th Amendment went into effect January of 1920. The Prohibition era made it so that transportation, manufacturing, and sale of alcohol beverages were legally prohibited. Reformers considered liquor to be a main cause of corruption. They believed that liquor caused wife abuse, child abuse, and accidents on the job.
When Prohibition went into effect, people became extremely outraged. Thus, speakeasies became a very popular place and a way to distribute alcohol. Speakeasies were hidden nightclubs that sold illegal alcohol. They were given this name because when inside, one spoke quietly or easily to avoid detection. But for a speakeasy, one would have to present a card or use a password due to the ever-present threat of police. You guys still need it?
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but one of those people was holding a duck. Bootlegging got its name from a common way of smuggling alcohol, strapping kegs to one's legs, hiding them under a coat, or, of course, hiding it in one's boots. Because alcohol was still legal for medicinal and religious purposes, sales for such types of alcohol skyrocketed.
There's a note that I got earlier. I was just informing I was supposed to save it to her. I got like all that notes. So.
What does it say? Whoa. So, the 18th Amendment created a great disrespect for the law and greatly contributed to an increase in organized crime in the 1920s. This is basically because no one really supported prohibition. Basically just women that wanted to stop abusive husbands and drunk driving and that sort of stuff. So they thought it'd be a great idea to outlaw alcohol, but then there were all the people that were just like, we're not gonna give up our drinks, and there's the alcoholics, and they all just figured out ways to go around the law, and that made there be a whole bunch more gangsters and criminals. By the mid-1920s, only 19% of Americans supported prohibition, and that was due to the fact that it was basically a pretty stupid law. And also, jobs were scarce, so people turned to being gangsters because it was an easy way to make money, and there was a great demand for people to be bootleggers or run illegal ends, so they could make really easy money and support their family, and it was much easier than having a regular job.
It didn't work.
Didn't save as a
Oh, it uploaded? None of the functions went.
But you didn't save it as a PowerPoint.
Gangsters in the
Huh?
a
1920s.
PPT.
Yeah,
Al
I did.
Capone,
Like,
he
that
was
just
one of the most
uploaded,
famous
'cause that's what we
gangsters
did
of the
in
1920s.
Right, but if you
But it doesn't.
Gang leader in Chicago.
Doesn't do all the actions.
Right,
He was
if you-
born in
I know.
Williamsburg,
But if you have a
Brooklyn,
PowerPoint,
January 17th,
if it's a PPT, we can still go.
1899.
Okay.
He was,
Yeah.
him and his parents were Italian immigrants.
I think you could convert it to a test in third.
That's what I'm talking about. If you did that,
I think I know how to do that.
if you did that, we
He
can
was
go.
very cutthroat and murdered tons of
Can
people.
I do it
and
again?
Most people that visited Chicago
Should I switch
in the
it?
1920s thought that their trip to Chicago was a waste of time unless they saw Al Capone going around the streets. And some even saw him as a modern day Robin Hood because he donated several, or made several donations
Yeah,
to
go
charities,
convert it.
but this is money he stole from bootlegging. And he died January 25th, 1947 from a stroke. Then there was Charles Lucky Lucinio. He was born in Sicily. His original name was Salvatore Lucinia. He moved to New York as a child, and school for him was difficult because he didn't really speak that English that well. But despite this obstacle, he made money off of the kids at school by beating them up if they wouldn't pay him enough for protection. And he grew up to become one of the big six bootleggers. And he got the name Lucky because he was kidnapped by a rival gang and they stabbed him and left him on a beach to die, but then a police officer found him and took him to a hospital. And he died in Naples, Italy on January 26, 1962, after he was sent home for being arrested after several years. And
Okay, science and religion clash. There was very bitter controversy between traditional and modern ideas. Fundamentalists, those who believe in traditional ideas, argued that all important knowledge could be found in the Bible and that humans were created by God, while those who believed in the theory of evolution, which was modern ideas, believed that humans evolved from apes. And in March of 1925, the first law was passed that established the teaching of evolution as a crime. Okay, so one of these examples is the Stokes trial. In the spring of 1925, John T. Stokes, a science teacher and football coach in Dayton, Tennessee, read an excerpt from a previously approved science textbook on Darwinism and evolution to his students, and that was after the teaching of evolution had become illegal. And the jury ended up siding with the law and concluded that Stokes was in violation of Tennessee statute by teaching that humans descended from monkeys and fined him with $100. And that's a political cartoon. And that's Darwinism. Okay. Any questions?
Oh, I got one.
So Lucky Luciano or whatever his name was, so he got an officer took him from the beach and put him in the hospital,
Yeah, after he was stabbed by a rival gang.
and he got caught years later after that, right?
Yeah, he didn't get caught because of that.
So did he like did the people know who he was or
No.
anything? No, they had no idea.
They just thought he was some random guy that got stabbed.
Where was he?
He was from
Sicily, Italy.
yeah, Sicily, and then he migrated there.
Right.
What is the significance of that cartoon?
Yeah, please explain.
Okay, so
Lawless.
it's basically saying like you guys know the story of the Pied Piper, right? Martin, you know that story. So it's saying that Darwinism is leading everyone from believing in God to believing that God isn't real, that the Bible isn't real. So it was basically religious people that made that cartoon.
Was Darwinism a prominent ideal during this time, or was that something that they had just like brought up during the 1920s?
No, it wasn't something that just been brought up. It was something that was
So is like the idea of Darwinism illegal, or was it evolution?
evolution. The teaching of evolution became outlawed in school.
Any other questions? I'd also like to point out that NASCAR started because of bootlegging due to prohibition.
All right. NASCAR, Case Kane.
Yeah.
Case